Absolutely correct. I just got off of work. You can hear my music, but you couldn't hear me. Now you can hear both. You should be able to hear me now. I had my system plugged into a different system. You know, that's how it goes. Big brain, let's go. Give me that big brain. Yeah, I mean, I think we're getting to some big brain shit, but this isn't working how I wanted. I think I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna undo this. Let's do it just like that. And we have this function here. And when we do it, it prints help. Help! But we need to like, can we like call deferred method? Don't look. This is pretty gross. We're gonna try this. A bit of experimentation. Okay, so what this does, finish animating my shotgun. Tomorrow I'll animate one more gun. I'm ready to publish the new build. Very fun, very fun. Didn't work. I made a shotgun in a game called Goat. You can play my games. Try the Goat. It's not multiplayer. Hey yo, maybe instead of... Huh? Maybe... You think so? Really? I don't think that matters. You think these? We're doing something a little spicy here. What we're trying to do is handle a improper session ID. And when we don't call it deferred, we just call reload current scene. What that would do is just abandon all ship, which is kind of what we want. We want to come back to this starting screen. So when I hit join now, we... Huh? Oh! This could help. Let's try this. Let's go back to this, but we're not calling on the right object. So what the tricky part about call deferred is it, you see this, I use it once here in this leave symbol. This is something I learned about at a game jam, and somebody was like, hey, why don't you just reload the current scene? I was like, I don't think that's a thing. Sure enough, reloads the entire active scene, replacing the current scene with a new instance of its original packed scene. What the fuck? It's fucking sweet. So I'm gonna reload my whole fucking main scene. It's very clever. I didn't know you could do that. So now we're gonna do it when there's an error. It's the hope. By the way, I tested my 2D multiplayer with my friend at work. Too bad my other friend can't play because his laptop has drivers that don't open OpenGL 3. Ooh. What do we do about that? Oof. Yeah, drivers is not something I'm familiar. Are you on forward rendering? Forward plus? I love forward plus rendering. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where... I think you can compile. Yeah, you're forward plus. Like, I do a lot of stuff in compatibility now because of the web builds. So I can join here. Perfect. And then, what about this? What if we just put in some fucking nonsense? See, we get a previous freed. Okay, so, oh. Yep. Try one more time. All right, what if we put in some nonsense? Hell fucking yeah. Just get you right back to square one. Genius. Oops. That's okay. So, here's what we have to do instead. We need to call deferred the leave. My own leave function that I wrote that has cleanup. All the cleanup. But this is pretty big brain. This is big brain. Try call deferred leave server, my own. It's still not cleaning up tube session, tube client. Because maybe this is just a bug in my... Oh, we null it out here. What are we nulling out? There's like a little reference we're not... Yeah, this is a tough situation. Because I could clean it up all manually, but I want to do it. I don't want to have to like, so the thing we're trying to solve is that when you join the menu, we add the world, and we don't want to do that if they get an error. Yeah, so, right. So when a player leaves the game, you'll get a signal emitted on all your clients, and that signal is peer disconnected when they quit. So all the remaining clients need to run remove player. Yeah, you gotta have it all. You can't skip a beat because you gotta have drop in, drop out multiplayer, just like me. Okay, so in this case, I think there's something going on with this is interesting because if I leave normally, let's create a session. We got that CMK join. We have drop in, drop out, so we know that leave server is cleaning everybody up. Not anymore because of the way I tested. You. Non-existent function and base. Oh, hell yeah, because I moved it to the ready function. We don't... Okay. Okay, we moved it to the ready. Ready is never rerun in this case. The reload current scene never rerun. And the reason why ready is never run is because we are in a global, baby. We are in a global. When we have a global, it's chilling. It's chilling outside of the node tree. So here it is. Network, these guys. So I am reloading this scene. I can just like tell this guy to just fuck off. Like, can I delete him from here? I can't delete him, but I could delete him. But this main scene is my, what you call this get tree current scene. So I don't reload my auto loads, but I would never want to reload an auto load. So instead of nulling out this, we just null out. We don't have to null this out. So let us test our drop in, drop out. We have 2GM, join, leave, rejoin it. Still doesn't work because we previously freed it. Why did we previously free it? Does anyone know? Oh. Yeah. Because we're doing this. Okay. We're close. We're close. I never reloaded my auto loads. Yeah. I'm not going to reload my auto loads either. I'm going to get lazy. But this is all in the interest of getting it right for our viewers. I'm testing so they don't have to. Why is this now previously freed? Because I've left the session. Leave session. To client, if to client. I'm kind of curious here. This is not matching up to my expectations, but we're gonna solve it. We always solve it. We get there. Yeah. Okay. 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 This is something we got to think about here. So what we did is we moved our tube client to be added once, and it's always there, I believe. We get tree, oh, interesting. Here's this. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. No. Can I just add it here? That's probably the better place for it, right? No, I can't just... I have to add it in a scene. What about this? Get tree. Ooh, baby. Ooh, what do we do? What do we do? Rick, help. Help, Rick. What do we do? This is a little brain bender. I like it. But here's what's happening, folks. It's here. It's here. It's in the main scene because current scene. I'd like it to be up here in the root. Can I get... Oh, shit. Can I get root? Is there... Get tree... Get... Root? Help Godot. Godot, get root. Window? Get tree.root? Is that a thing? AI? AI is wrong. Help! That's not the root. I did? Holy shit, what the fuck is that? Thank you, Wraithgun. That would be a good reason why it wouldn't work. I didn't add it to the tree, though. It's not there. See how this client is not inside tree? It needs to be inside the tree, not outside the tree. So it's not in there. What? Get tree dot root. I've got that, I believe. Am I crazy? Okay. Because what worked is get tree. I'm used to using this dot current scene dot add child. This works. We'll keep that there. But we're saying get tree.root. Saying get tree.root.add child. But it didn't get added. Let's see what the errors are. The errors are starting right here. Parent knows biddy, so we need to go call deferred. How about that? Always keep your errors clean. We keep a clean console around here, folks. It works. Speaking of clean console, this one, I will solve this one. If I have to raise a PR to the original library, I will, but that one's always there, so kindly ignore it. N8P. No, I'm not getting current scene. You don't need to do this stuff. This is all advanced big brain topics, but look at that. Now when we leave, hell fucking yeah, drop in, drop out has been achieved once again. We are back in the drop in, drop out. Third guy, come in. In fact, he's going to make up some nonsense. Perfect. Okay. Now watch him. Maybe you can let's just try leaving server right now. Okay, so here we go. We have a couple of options. We'll just try that. I don't know if we leave session. I think we leave sessions. Okay, so here we go. Nonsense in here. This is probably gonna error. It's like a 50-50 chance. Okay, that's cool. We got the problem here that we already started reloading by the time we tried to fail. So we either need to cancel the defer here, and I think we can. We don't need this anymore because we don't need this anymore because that was only a ready function issue. Okay. Join. We're going to fail with nonsense. Okay, yeah, no. It's more than just that then. Okay. We're getting there. We're gonna work through it. So there's a little bit of stuff up in my head that I'm not sharing, and it's hard to share everything in my head. But we expected this to fail, and now we're going to call deferred this. And we got this syntax wrong a couple times. But I think if I do the syntax where I go leave server dot call deferred, I can just leave it without the quotes. How about that? That's what Ratman was talking about earlier. In a different way. All right, nonsense. Perfect. Nonsense. You bastard. Okay. We nulled this out. We can't. Unfortunate. Hey, alrighty. For any reason, you may fail. And then we failed many times. We can still create. And we have a valid TJSX. It's ready. It's complete. Leave. Rejoin. Robust. No bugs here. Leave. Fail. 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 Join. Perfect. What the fuck? I spammed it. It's all good. We'll just establish a new one. Yep, I believe you. I think we have some That's what we're gonna do differently. And I did that on purpose. We're gonna leave too. We're so close. I think this is going to be the worst of both worlds. I think this is going to be really fucking bad. That said, I still want to test it. Okay, we've got leave 2 active. I expect that I won't be able to rejoin here. Yeah, exactly. Well, it got over it. I wasn't happy about it, but we've got some errors here because of the signal cleanup. Okay. We're going to sit. We're going to drink some water. And we're going to rethink this. Okay. So there's two separate things that are happening, and I'm conflating them because of this current scene thing. One of those things is cleaning up the main menu in the world. That's easy. I do reload current scene. Because that's just the main menu, because there's nothing in our fucking scene. It's literally just this guy. The rest of it, I've got to be a little more careful about, because globals, I can't just click get tree quit. I could be just like, yeah, you got the thing wrong, fuck off, die. That would get us a true fresh start. Let us online docs window. What if there's just like a fuck off button here? Restart game. Restart game, Godot. Yes, I get you. I hear ya. I think that would be a better, robust way of doing it, is the send tree to change scene to file. But I'm not willing to do that at all. I've been too deep. So here's the thing. Here we go. This is good. This is bad. All right, let's look at what's working well. This is working well. Now, when we leave... Wait, what happened? Oh, I didn't... I said return. Oops. That should always be true. Hey, JohnWarner.net. My name is John as well. It's a Jon. Jon. But I go by my middle name, Andrew. We got a game going. All right, so if I leave, I can rejoin. And immediately, and then I can leave, and then I can rejoin. And then I can leave, and then I can leave, and I'm alone. I'm alone. And then I can leave. And here's the thing: create a new session, and then I can join over here. New code. What's going? What's up? Ratch Knight, how's it going? Mr. P. Woohoo! We are rolling here. We did have a little funky, funny thing because I think what happened here is that if I leave session as the host, what happens, right? A little bit of cleanup. I'm working on the mining scanner. Oh, cool. That's fun. I'm glad you're inspired to work on, and do a little jam. I think I've got a robust set of things that will make it really easy to test whatever you put together. Pay no attention to the errors in the corner. Rock and stone. Rock and stone. Yes, I'm with you on the. Woohoo! Leave. Is your authority video about a month ago still your stance on object and pick up and move? Let's think about that question. That's a good question. I'm thinking really hard. I have a plan for object pick up and move that's going to take what I learned in that video and improve it. And the other thing I need to do is essentially some research. That part I think is fine. There is Cognito is a very generic. Godot is I'm looking for Cogito immersive sim template. So Cogito is a immersive sim template, and switching authority to the peer who requests the object, I think, can give a good experience for a lot of cases. Because if they're directly manipulating that thing, why not give them authority over it if you're able to? If you're clever enough. They are essentially providing input to it. And when we think about input, the alternative is that the player provides input to this, they basically inform the server of the input. The server then still has authority 1, and they move the stone or they move the pickup. And that takes that introduces that delay where we've talked about in the latest video. So if we head over to our mirror board, look at our diagrams. An IKEA MMO, that sounds great. That would make a good friend swap template. You run a furniture store with your friends, right? Co-op, friend swap. Like, a lot of people love that sort of sim type of game. But yeah, so if you don't give the client switching the authority, the peer who requests it, this is what you have. You've got that delay between the rock moving and what they've sent in terms of input. Move the rock 1 to the right. It's just naturally going to be a delay. And I noticed this in my previous games, and I cooked up just assign the peer ID to that rock, right? I hate how thick that is, but and then whatever this happens, rock moves directly, and then that sends to the server and everybody else. So I think that makes sense. If you're doing client authority, this is very simple. Yeah. And then when they drop it, they return to the server. That is absolutely something I have not done I just keep it assigned to them because I'm lazy, but you could definitely revert it. Now that's what you think. Only the server can create objects, and you can immediately transfer the authority to the peer. Yes, only a server can create objects through a multiplayer spawner, but sometimes I just don't use a spawner because I've gotten to the point where I don't have to have it. You can create objects anywhere. This is a misconception. You can create the object anywhere, any peer, wherever, as long as everybody's on the same page about that object and whose authority it is. You just use an RPC. Yes. In fact, this project that we're using, I stopped using a multiplayer spawner for the players because it's a one-time thing and I just do it all manually. The trick is that you just got to maintain that consistent synced state. And so signals, multiplayer peer connected, is essentially an RPC, like deep under the hood. And multiplayer spawner itself uses signals and RPCs and stuff like that. So yeah, but what do you mean? Add a box to pick up? You dare me? Well, you think I can't add a box? You think I can't just open up a second instance of Godot, navigate over to my other template, grab my componentized pickup component? I've got it right here. Pickup component. You don't think I can just copy paste? I've been dared. Move a duplicate to. It's cheating. I didn't see any conditions on the bet. You got to go Calci and place a likelihood, you know. That simple, baby. Just got a pickup component. I can make anything a pickup. You gotta go to Calci or Polymarket. It's a difference of opinions on the likelihood of an event. It's not a bet. Okay? It's a difference of opinion. And I'll sell you an actionable collateralized debt obligation. That we exchange funds as the result of the outcome of this difference of opinion. In fact, the pickup component's on these players. And it did all that for free, you know. And he doesn't fly as far because he has the rock. And you can see the rock jitter on my screen a little bit because he's got authority over it. Oh, I did. Did I add rolling? I guess I added rolling. I don't remember adding rolling. Oh, I can drop a rock while I'm rolling. That's fun. Whee! What the fuck? Is that true? If I did it? Oh, I did. I added driving. I can drive my ball now. That's cool. I don't even remember doing that. Good night. And then I was showing someone else that these are all the WebRTC payloads here. It's all the exchange. Abandoned project. Goodbye. But we'll be adding pickup in part 3 of our tutorial series. We're gonna have a streamlined version of that pickup component that I already wrote. Streamlined because it's only going to do one thing. I made that pickup component multi-concern because it also has throw on it. So I'm going to implement pickup component, and then I'm going to make a throw component separately that doesn't necessitate the existence of a pickup component. So then you can just we're going to take the balls that we're shooting, the rigid body, and it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to just like go to the ball. It's got all these things on it. it's got these things, and we're just gonna go pickup component, and then we can make we're gonna make, maybe we should make a cube too, like so we can just like show how easy it is to just drop it in. And then then we cover inheritance versus components too. Like instead of it being, it is a interactable or something like that. That's how I used to think. Instead, it has a component. It has an interaction piece. It has a, you know, because I'm still like so fuzzy on like class-based systems and inheritance really, and I feel like I glimpsed the promise occasionally when I created like an enemy-based class, and then I could extend it to another one, like a flying enemy or a monster enemy, and then I can implement a generic like set of things that the enemy can do base, but like maybe that's the best use of it, but like even like the simple examples, like okay, it is a vehicle, but then the vehicle Toyota extends vehicle, like Toyota, Mercedes, truck, whatever. Truck extends vehicle, car extends vehicle. I get lost in the sauce on that stuff, and it's not as good of a thing. It's like, oh, let me just drop a navigation component. It's much more natural. We are going to... Can the pickup exist within the scene and just on ready set the multiplayer authority to 1, or do you need to spawn it like a player? It can exist in the scene. That's what all those rocks that you saw in the other one do. And it's just 1 by default. Because authority never changes unless you set it. So it's always just 1. I think I demoed this in the other video too. Yeah. So the balls come in as ready. And here's the funny part. When I did ball in the example, I put a static label on here that says, okay, on the far bottom corner here. Oh, there it is. It just says 1. And like, this was just kind of a thing to show, but it's just static text, because here's the thing. If we said this label 3D, we should do when it's ready dot text equals get multiplayer authority. All right. It's an int, so we have to string it real quick. Yeah, I mean, there's no point in doing this because what you're going to see is the number 1. And now in here, I can say gobbledygook. And then when we create a new ball, it's 1. And now here's how easy it is to just spawn that differently. Is that when you shoot, we are already from the player. We're going to shoot something. So when we shoot, is action just press shoot. This calls an RPC shoot ball. Okay, maybe I'm in the way, but you see shoot ball RPC sends an RPC to the ID of 1, the server. Hey server, what I want you to do is we have this this multiplayer spawner. I want you to have on the spawn container, just add that guy, that global.shootball. So here it is. Watch this. Owner. Oh no, you can't use the word owner. That's reserved. What do we say? Request peer who shot. That's terrible, but we'll go with it for now. Multiplayer.get request remote sender ID. right there. Guess who gets to be... We can say new ball dot, let's see, let's say source. I think source is like a really nice way to say that, source. Okay, so the source is that. So we will assign that source there. Guess what? New ball. When we go to our ball, we'll save that. We say source, it's an int. On enter tree. This is just what we're doing. We're so good. We're going to go set multiplayer authority, and we know what to do. We say int. It's already an int. Hell yeah. Source. Boom. Whenever we spawn a ball, my ball. All right. So I'm going to join 2 sessions. And I'm going to say, I'm going to shoot one of these balls. It's going to be very exciting. As number 1, it's 1. It's not being sent. It's not being shown on the other fucking instances. Ooh, baby. But we see I own it, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Guess why? Guess why? Spawner. The multiplayer spawner is screwing us. It's working on here because we're agile there. Now, the ball. You ball. We have to do a custom spawn function, which we're not going to do because it's going to fuck the project up further. But that would be how you do it theoretically, is that you would do it like that. We saw it sort of working. I have an idea. A little. So the idea is that we no longer RPC just to the server. We tell everybody equally. This could create many balls. I see 0. We're not syncing that. Ah, my balls, they work. I think the best way to do that is through GitHub sponsorship. I do have that. I appreciate that. Let's see if I find myself. This is me. I'm cute. But yeah, that would help me continue to make cool content. I don't know if you can find it there, but and then I could spin up a Patreon eventually, and I think I do have a Patreon, but you know, if that's easier if you already have an account over there. Let's see. I'm not exposing anything. I promise. There's nothing here. But I should make these available, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I? I'm also just having a ton of fun, obviously. And that's like most of the battle. Oh boy. Yeah, this one still works. I think I'm going to update this, but it's got my old. It's all the same to me. Yeah. So much fun. Oh my gosh, should I get that changed that quickly? I might be that good. Wow. Let's see if that worked. And then if I click the YouTube button, wrong YouTube, but close enough. Let's edit my YouTube. Let's see if I can get the right YouTube. It's kind of pivotal. Uh, okay. YouTube. That's me. Okay. So now when I go over here, then we're having. Oh, I should put my new stuff on here. So much to do. Oh, I don't know. It really would mean the same either way. Whichever one you want to be displayed in. That's all I got. I'm not, yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned about the monetary thing. It's more of like the token. And then I can like say to my parents, like, oh my gosh, somebody liked me so much. They actually took the time out of their busy day and was like, hey, here's some balls. And yeah, this is gonna go online shortly. Like, I think I'm gonna have the next edition of this ready to like probably late tomorrow, and then it'll probably go live Thursday. Because what we should do. Oh, very nice. Thank you. Much appreciated. Woo! Everyone give a huge shout out to Mr. John Warner Net. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for coming and asking great questions and just hanging out. It makes it even better. And of course, I'm going to learn something by teaching as well. Happy, happy, happy. Yeah, the happy cat. Yeah, it's a good one too. Those are both incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this stuff because yeah, of course, yeah. Hell yeah. That's what Ratman says. That is a great point. That is one that is pretty fucking cool. So what we will do now is undo a little bit of our ball because we will address that, I think, in the pickup section. And because we did this in the ready function, we saw 0 on those balls that were spawned prior, which is kind of interesting. It's almost as if when they entered tree, 0 was the peer ID, which is something I'd seen rarely, but since they readied up before, possibly because this multiplayer spawner didn't pick them up. I think the more you get used to this multiplayer spawner stuff, and the more you want to use, the more comfortable you get with like the high level things, the easier it is to kind of dip down into the low level, mid level, which is kind of where I'm working now. And then we're not far away from rolling our own network solution. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. We are going to make as much use of the high level stuff as possible because that is the most useful for actual development. And then when you have specific like determinism you need, or really important requirements for a certain type of game, at that point you do want to look into like some of those well-researched though. Co-op. What if we go to the co-op? So what did we change in the environment? Oh, just the label. Perfect. Just revert that quickly. Yeah. Perfect. And this was probably just padding. Yeah. Tube client, tube inspector. This looks like the list that we expect. Just a little of that. That was a really interesting experiment. I love experiments. So in our next edition, we get to do this. That's it. And instead of WebSockets, the Tubi friends have cooked up a really creative place to list their signaling server, which is BitTorrent, which I don't know a whole lot about exactly how BitTorrent works, but listing your lobbies on BitTorrent is certainly a pretty cool thing. So this is what we want to do here. Before we're done, watch this. This is going to be real cool because we have the opportunity here in our player UI to hook up something here called a tube inspector. And what that does is has all this cool things, including chat. So we might even be able to get some chat in there. And I've got chat on my solution, but this is, you know, this would be cool too. My solution is deprecated right now. My other solution. We're going to put this top right. Okay. So now that this is the right size, we go anchors here. Yeah, we can just do it this way. Anchors, top right. Can we scale this? This is a kind of a, yes, we can. And then we can re-top right it. Oh, and then we get to use our new pivot ratio offset. Everyone, this is an exciting new feature. What if we give it 1? Oh, it's so good. New 4.6 feature. Can you believe it? What would you do before pivot offset? Woohoo. Yes, Andrew is a big fan of that. And we used it perfectly. We one-shot it because we knew that because we scaled it 0.5, we could just put 1 and it would just work. I'm never not using that. Yes, no suffering here. Only ease of use because Godot is gorgeous. I can't wait to like go and make a actual UI app in Godot, like a business app. That would be ideal. Do my day job in Godot and then I go home and do Godot. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's been a good one so far. It's been really fun. We're cooking up some cool stuff in multiplayer as usual. So if we access this new cool tube inspector, and we go ahead and tell it to be, we need some global context. So the tube inspector.context, it probably has a context. Let's see. Maybe it has context on it. Client. We need to find the tube client. Okay. I think we can find that. So the best and most fruitful way to get that is actually in the tree. It's this node right here. But how am I going to target that node? Doesn't have a very nice name, does it? I'm curious if we can give it a nice name by just adding the word true when we add it. Let's see if that happens. It's called node. We can't use can we use tube client? Can we just do that? Yes, it's nicely named. The problem is now it's in a place called get tree.root. So we need to get node tube client. We know it's there. We're confident. Because we just did that. We can get it from anywhere. And so the reason we're doing that is because we have a network at the top level, and we're concentrating all of our network related things here, and they are global. They are outside the scene tree, because everything inside this scene tree, this main menu, this control node, this is all gameplay in here. And when we add our world right here, we add our world. Maybe we can add one. We can figure out which one that was. There it is. So when we add our world on this main node, you can see as I'm in remote inspecting, we've got our network stuff that lives outside of it. And we've got our tube client that lives outside of it. But this main node, this is all gameplay, really. And I'm counting the main menu as gameplay because that's user interaction. And the coolest fucking thing is that when you leave, oh, look, this is working. Look at that. It's already working. We'll dive into that in a second. But when you leave, we just reload the scene. We can queue free it. Just get rid of it. Back to the start. And that's done with this really clever reload current scene. And you don't have to reload your whole get tree. You could reload like a specific. No, I think you have to reload the whole tree because it's just current scene, right? Reloads the currently active scene, replacing current scene with the original. Is that the root node? Yeah, that's the root node. Okay. So don't do that anywhere. that I don't think that that works for like generic scenes, but that works here really well. And I think it's a nice feature for just reboot. So we did notice that was a little small as well. And what I'll do with this is that we have to do math now, and I don't like math, but 0.8, and then we look at this, and it's still offset by the right amount. I wonder why that is. So if I hit 1, why did I get that right? I don't get it. Okay, maybe I don't know math. But when we create a session now, and we hit our tab, look at that. Look at that. And we auto copy. I didn't copy this 5STS, but when I paste it, because I actually have a command to clipboard copy, we get in there. Look, that peer is in there. And now the cool thing about this peer is that you see how all those things, the online signaling trackers, so local signaling, that's all green for the host, right? But on this machine, the local signaling's offline because it doesn't need it anymore. We've already connected. And then here's the other thing. We can do chat. Where's that chat? There it is. Okay. So chat here doesn't work too well. I've seen it work. I think maybe this is a bug on my end. But I got more chats. It's interesting though that the chat's not working. It's not sending. It used to work. I think that's something to do with what we've done here with late adding it to the scene. So it's a pretty late time to add this thing. Works pretty good. What about this? What if we move it above here and maybe something about being the multiplayer authority is the issue for the chat. No, I just think it's going to be borked. Yeah. It's not getting any chats, but we will survive. Ooh, port. Maybe that's part of it. It's interesting because the chat was working when I was testing it the other day. I don't know if we're going to go as far as to like include this tube client in the tutorial. This feels like kind of a distraction, but it's also educational. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Go back to RPC1 ID1 here. On to part 3. Right. Yeah, you're right. You're pretty. I'm actually on the same boat as you, which is great because we'll get part 2 out really fast. And the coolest thing is, here's the other thing we're going to cover. Exporting. All right, friends. I can just go back and watch the stream for exporting. This is what I like to do for exporting. I like to create a new folder called dist. And this is something we picked up in the olden times. So I make a new folder for my platform. I call that web as well. And then I always you always have to name this index.html if you want it to work on itch. So do so. So that should read dist web index.html. Then what we need to turn on, I believe we need to, no, we don't need extensions. Maybe we need extensions. Let me get back to you on that. Export project. Okay. No WASM, that's fine. Don't think about that. That's fine. itch.io, new project. What should we use? What should we use? Good enough. Throw that up there real quick. Change this. We can actually do this on the thing. I don't think we're gonna do that. That's right. That's right. Just uncheck that. Sometimes that can be really helpful. But the other thing that can be really helpful is another new feature that I almost forgot about, but now that we have a web export, this run in browser command up in the top right. Just gonna throw that into our browser real quick. Hell yeah. Look at the Tubi client is working there. And We can play the game here and go connect to that because it should be on my clipboard already. We're getting a little bit of goof. We're getting some goof. I think this might have proven a thing happening. So I do think that this reports errors in here somewhere. DATLS. Yes, it's a new. I think it's a 4.5 thing that run in browser, but it was great during my game jam. There's a VS Code extension for it. Okay, that's neat. Seems like it would work. Oh yeah, the thing I always used was this official Python script that I think they probably just like baked into the Godot client, right? All of my early projects have this like random like Python dot server, right? This probably has it. There it is, server.py. And so I would just run this little web server on the index. Speaking of VS Code, yeah, it's really nice to just have it baked in. But we have dist here. Git ignore. Hello. Just do that. And now I think what's interesting about this error is that it's interesting. And I'm not going to think about it too hard because we're going to troubleshoot live. And the way we do that is do a build. Butler HTML5. It's that simple. 44 megs is like not really desirable, but I should have better luck, but there is a chance that this just, yeah, we don't have UPnP. I don't care about that. UPnP is such a disappointment. All right, so we have some issues with our mouse capture right now. Oh no, we don't. That's funny. Well, I'm getting lag from one ball. Are you kidding? We're gonna win. This is part of the process. We're close. Wouldn't this be cool though to have people be able to distribute this to their friends? I'm sure that a Mac or Windows build will work too, but yeah, this is good. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do real quick is remove this tracker. This inspector is actually doing a little bit more than what we require from our game. Our game is simple, so there's nothing to inspect. I mean, there is, but I think tube inspector gotta go. Okay. Drop in and drop out is looking good here. Let us push a build real quick. Export. And now this box might need to get checked, but it seemed to do okay. Part of the process. Quick patch. 12 kilobytes. That's what we like to see. We gotta wait until it shows that loading game for the first time, which it has. I'll also edit this theme real quick. No one likes a bright mode theme. Okay. Oh, the other thing we can do is just Chrome it up. Chrome is faster on Godot, and I saw some recent statistics on uh okay, I like all that. I like what's happening. Now, I have done this before where I have started a local session and been able to join. And here's the problem. I think this is more about platform. I think it's about the web platform. We're going to try one more thing. We're going to try enabling that. This isn't true, though. This is not an extension, but we'll try it. We can also try it in Chrome. I'm thinking. I think the 2B implementation of their trackers is very clever, but I don't know that it's web compatible. Oh, it is. Okay, super. All right, so what can we conclude about that? What can we conclude about that? I was gonna continue my um thought about Chrome versus Firefox, and I recommend Chrome because Firefox is at a usage of less than 3%. Can you believe that? Thank you. Yeah, I think there's a chance that we're getting a little bit of silliness with the mouse cursor, so hit that tab button. We might need to fix a bug there. But Chrome is our target. So that's what we're going to do in the demo. Holy shit, that's fast. Oh, I got to give you the code too. That's funny. You can't join without a code. And that's not working, the JVTWG. I'll copy that. It's so funny. I was like, oh, you gotta have a code. So pasting is not working because web platform. Yeah, I mean, it's not working anymore. I think I've got to do more testing here. Ooh. Okay. That session crashed, everyone. That's okay. Don't join that. You can try two separate sessions on your own, but realize that you will not be able to copy the lobby code. But here's the other thing we're gonna try. Mac. Did it want? ETC, I think. Yeah. Oh, this one. There you go. That is fine. Let's just run 2 of these. Or maybe 1 web and 1. It's got my little icon. So, did it launch 2? I don't think it did. I think it relaunched the same one. Can I open a separate one? Show package contents? There we go. I don't care about a debugger. Allow. Hell fucking yeah. It's that easy. It's that easy, ladies and gents. Itch auto, co-op template, run the game. Super fast. Give me that number. Q7LXV. I have a good suspicion this will work. Allow. Unfucking believable. Of course it works. Of course it works. If anyone wants to try. Across the world. Across the globe. Bringing people together. That's what games can do. That's why we make multiplayer games here. I'm not going to shoot too many balls. Because currently they don't despawn unless you touch them. As tempting as that is. In case someone joins. It's very, very cool though. All right, JohnWarner.net's going to give it a shot. That current code is still live as far as we can tell. Try the Chrome browser and Q7LR. That would, you may need to hit allow or something. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've allowed. There could be errors because of one step we didn't do. So just report if it's just hanging or not joining or timing out or, you know. there's a chance that it won't work based on network conditions related to WebRTC, where we cannot do NAT punch through. We need to do relay, and there is a protocol prepared for that. So I'm joining my phone. Might need to relist the lobby, but should be fine. Yeah, a few errors. It's just hanging. Okay. Great feedback, though. The reason, there could be a couple reasons. I'm going to try my phone and see if I can get this. Wait, there's somebody out there. Somebody else? Am I mistaken? Oh, I see somebody just. It worked the second time. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, where's my new friend? Over there. Press tab if you need to get your mouse. Tab is how we get our mouse back if we lose it. Yeah, yeah. Woohoo. Hiya, hiya. I can shoot a ball at you. Oh boy, it's John. Can you believe it? We've established multiplayer. I'm gonna clean up some balls and clean up those balls. Excuse me. Clean those up. Okay, those are gone, aren't they? They're just out there. I gotta put some walls on this demo map. I joined apparently, but it is frozen. I do think there's some resources going on. There's some connection issues are possible, because if you have a certain type of connection, maybe restart. I have the code here. It's the same code that I can pin these. Yeah, that's the right one. I think if it doesn't work, make sure you're using Chrome. Yeah, I mean, there's just a chance it won't work, but I'm gonna join on my phone now. Let's see. Oh shit! Did we get another person in here? Holy moly! We got to have nameplates soon for all these friends. Can you believe it? You're actually playing a game with me. Enjoy it. Oh boy, we have this session going. The unfortunate thing is that this is one of my worst games, and that this game is so not fun. But I'm gonna get a phone client in here, and then all these balls out in the distance. Like, hopefully it doesn't slow anybody down. But okay, let's say the number is. Oh gosh, the keyboard's not coming up. That sucks. What are we gonna do about that? Okay, I don't care about the phone. And you're from Australia too, yeah. So since you have client authority, you'll feel pretty responsive, and you're not gonna have any issues about. Disagree. Just starting to subscribe to you. I was looking at your video about authority and trying to copy some things from the Mushroom Day. One later. Yes, there you go. First tutorial. This is the follow-up. You are going to be able to get this going. I mean, it's fun in that it's connection, it's connectivity, but it's fun that it just kind of it's working decent enough to be together, that we have all these kind of just some fun. Now, let us try another thing. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. This was the best network test I could ask for. When I drop, what's gonna happen is you'll all get kicked to the menu. That is what I expect to happen. So you see this player, peer ID number 1. He is very important. He's collecting the balls. So he is going to drop in 3, 2, 1. So I think, as far as I can tell, you would be kicked to the menu. Probably just crashes your browser, maybe. So we gone. Worked flawlessly. Excellent. That's not where it ends. So we can do something cool where, um, yeah, kick to menu. Yeah, no, you didn't have to be there. There's a chance that the mushroom game works. So we could try that. So this game uses a slightly different system. And you can type in a name here and potentially join this lobby. When you join, you can pick your color, but I think that's all you can do. Do not hit the start button. The last time I tested this, it didn't work perfectly, but we can give it a shot. Gotta bounce. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate you. Have a good day. So we've got 2 people in here. There's a chance this doesn't work too. So this is going to be a separate system because I have some observations about this authority, the back. Let's just try us 2. So 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Yeah, it's late. So if you see the frames per second in the top right, that's good. If you don't see the frame per second, just keep waiting. Okay. See if you got you in here. Heck yeah, what's up? All right, Andrew, thank you. You press tab to see the controls. You can't pick something up if I've already picked it up. Woo-wee. You want to get in the cart? All right, let's go for a ride. Get you in the water here. Oh, you're sliding out of the cart, but maybe it's okay. Yeah, so seems like you're staying in there pretty good. Oh yeah, let's go over here and grab some crystals. See if this works. Oh, that's fine. That'll stop your physics process probably. Because the browser must remain focused for you to report your physics process. All good. You can do some mining. It's really hard to get them in there, but I've got a lot of practice. Woohoo! Oh man, I'm gonna toss one to you. Here we go. Yep, there it goes. Oh, it went too far. Oh, you got it. That's true. We hear it twice. Because maybe you're listening to my stream. No, I heard it twice too, though. I think it's a bug. Whee! Now let's complete our mission. There's This game is a kind of still a prototype. Obviously, there's really no game behind it, but I wanted to make something based on like the Valheim experience where you're drawing a card around behind you, and yeah, they're super buggy. I didn't nail that. Oh, you can pick me up with E. This is fun. Woo! Ah! And press R to ragdoll. I got you. Ha ha ha. Throw you in the water. Ah, ha ha. Bye. Then you press R to unragdoll whenever you want. It's pretty generous. But yeah, that's about it. That's the whole game so far. I think I'm going to change the setting, make it outdoors rather than in a tunnel. I thought a tunnel would be easier to make, but it turned out to be harder. But pretty good for a little web game. I'm going to quit it now. Probably crash. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, it works surprisingly well. Yeah, it's not the worst. Not the worst. It's a good prototype. It's a nice little demo. Let's check out our git diff. Thanks for playing. I think we do have to have this uncommented out. Yes, that's right. So since it's a mesh network, there's no host in that one. It's literally like unlimited. You can play as long as you want in there. I mean, there's not much to do, but any peer is equal in that. So somebody could join you, drop in as well if they, I guess they could do like this lobby is still here. You see, this lobby is now there's like a third person, Simus Dev. Oops. I'm gonna unpin that because I think, yeah, I mean, we're not making any guarantees about these lobbies being available, but what's cool is that you can join them, no Steam ID, nothing. And there's also some considerations where we could add like authentication, like with Tallow, Godot, leaderboard stats. So a little bit of registration. It's pretty cool. It even has like an audit log. How about that? Oh, very neat. Let's try this strategy where we use the disconnect method. when you write nice code like this and it just looks good and it just feels good, you know, it's nice. It's nice. It's not bad. It's cool that we have these tube create and tube join methods because if you want a dedicated server, it's still there to use. Okay, I'm gonna get going here. It's getting late. This was a ton of fun. Let's wrap it on up. Thank you all. This has been a really fun stream. Y'all the best. Thanks for playing and network testing. And I'll get that part 2 out, get this stuff exported, and see y'all soon.